Hi, welcome back to It's Whatever, right? I'm your host, Jen. So, how's your month of January going? Mine is fucking fantastic. What is even today's fucking date? Today's the 24th of January. It's Sunday night. It's fan fucking tastic. It's like this month has been so I don't even know how to even describe it. Between whatever happened in the States, the Capitol, and then the, what is it, inauguration or whatever you fucking call it, with Biden. I still love how people honestly believe that Trump is still president. It's hilarious. It's so funny. But needless to say, he's no longer president, and I'm actually very grateful. I'm sorry to anybody who listens who supports Trump. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm glad that he's not president anymore. Um, I think no matter how the next 4 years go, I think voting Trump out um, of presidency is the best thing that America could ever do for themselves. Um, Hopefully, Biden can clean up Trump's mess. Um, it just sucks that he has to clean up a mess from a child. He shouldn't have to do that. I mean, America, quote unquote, is supposed to be a great country, and I hope that the next 4 years you can be great again, but we'll see. I'm just going to sit up here with my igloo and my moose in Canada and watch. But anyways, besides America and ranting about their choices, my month of January is just it's fantastic. I honestly I can't wait until summer comes. I don't like the heat, but I mean, we're supposed to get a snowstorm this week, and I'm not looking forward to it. No thanks. No thanks. Alaska can keep it. But remember, speaking of bad president ideas, um, remember, I actually didn't do this on purpose. The segue right into is that called a segue? Yes. Yes. I actually didn't even intend. I forgot that was what I was going to talk about for today's video because my brain's like, ugh. I had an interesting week. Okay. Um. First of all, I had to get my brakes changed on my vehicle. I mean, I'm slow. I should have got them changed during the summer, but I'm not very good at adulting. I'm not. My version of adulting is the fact that I put fucking pants on this morning. That's the amount of adulting that I'm physically and what the fuck is mentable? Mentally capable of doing, boys and girls. But I should have changed my brakes during the summer. Did I? Did I? No, no, no. I waited till December, and then my brake fluid low light came on, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? Last week, it came on again, and it stayed on. I was like, oh, I'm going to die. Dealership. No, bro, you gotta change your brakes, or you will die. And I'm like, oh. Um, well, let's wait a week. Let's just wait a week. I'm going to wait a week. And I did. Then go to work that was on a Friday. Weekend was okay. Dealt with it. I'm going to die this weekend because I have to work. Then Monday came. Went to work. And then work's just like, oh, yeah, we have COVID. And I'm like, well, I really need to get a soundboard because, like, right now it'll be like crickets. Crickets sound very nice right now. And then I'm like, wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Great. That's great. They're like, do you still want to come in? And I'm like, secretly, no, but don't tell my boss. Well, technically, I'm on the job, so my response is, from a professional standpoint, yes, I have to do my job still. Personally, fuck no. So yeah, I went and did my job that week at that place. And then Wednesday, I was like, yeah, I'm not coming to work tomorrow because I don't think my car will make it to Thursday. And then work's just like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You're good. Yeah, it's fine. We don't need you. We're only short staffed, but we don't need you. It's fine. Take a day off. And I'm like, great. 4-day weekend. Woo! Lies. So Thursday comes along, and I was going to wait till Friday to get my breaks done. Then I was like, no, because I want to go out this weekend. I want to, like, do shit. I went and got my breaks done. Then got an email. Should have known, like, this was coming. I went in there to visit somebody and I had to do some work with this person. And then my boss messaged me going, yeah, your client, the person you were working with, they have COVID. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Full panic mode. So please, boys and girls, there is a point to the story. Put your fucking mask on. You dirty bastards. So, Thursday, complete fucking panic mode. Yes, I was wearing a mask and a face shield. Okay? So, I went in panic mode. My adult self was like, yo, bro. Like the inner voices, they're like, we need to take this fucking bitch down because she's going into a full-blown fucking panic attack. And I'm like, ooh, let's take some nighttime Benadryl at like 4 p.m. and we're just gonna go night-night. Night-night, I went. The next day, went to COVID test. I don't have COVID, so I'm like, cool. I just wasted some NyQuil on the fact that I don't have COVID. And that was probably like the worst like story you've ever heard. But the point is, wear a fucking mask, you dirty bastards. Don't be tuning out 9 minutes in. Wear a fucking mask. It helps us mentally unstable people who have full-blown panic attacks and need to be taken out by fucking Benadryl. Wear your mask. Okay? Wash your hands, boys and girls. Wash your fucking hands. Especially the men who tinkle and there's like stand there and who only zip down their jeans and then do like the wiggle with their pee-pee. No. You can wiggle with your pee-pee, then you gotta wash your hands, okay? There are almost 8 billion people on this planet. We all can wash our hands. then we all can, like, cover our fucking faces. We don't care what you look like, Karen. Wear a fucking mask. Wash your fucking hands. Sanitize here and there. Yes, I'm aware that there's a lot of you people that only care about yourselves, which is fucking fine because human beings fucking suck. They do. We all fucking suck. Humans are disgusting. Humans are like despicable, disgusting thing, viruses. So, if you only care about yourself, wouldn't you want to, like, protect yourself? I mean, just wear your mask. I mean, like, in the wintertime, when it's fucking cold outside, you cover your face with, like, a hat and, like, what do you call those? Scarves. So, I went for a walk, and you know what's, like, fan-fucking-tastic? Because I never wear a fucking scarf because I'm stupid. But a face mask, oh my fucking god, they're fantastic to wear outside when you're going for, like, a walk. Like, they just, like, cover your fucking face. It keeps your face warm. I mean, does nothing for your sunglasses when they're all fucking fogged up. But, oh, speaking of that, if you put, like, dish soap, it sounds weird. So if you're wearing, like, a face shield, or, like, sunglasses or goggles or blah, if you put dish soap, like the shit that you use to wash your fucking dishes, in your, like, face shield or goggles or whatever, Googles, ugh, and, like, you just, like, squirt it in there and you wipe it around and then you wipe off the extra. It acts like a defogger and you're cleaning them at the same time. Isn't that fantastic? Wear your mask. But where I was going with this presidency thingy, I had no idea. I forgot what I was going to talk about today, and then I was, like, talking about that, going into, like, oh, other way. Last night, Saturday night, I also dislocated my jaw, and then had a bitch pain in the ass putting it back in. That was fun. Not really, like, dislocating it, but it kind of, like, popped out and got stuck, and I was like, oh, yay, how to shut me out for like 10 minutes. But anyways, where I was going with this presidency thing was, as I was talking about that, trying to get back into my notebook to talk about today, I realized the topic that I had chosen, and it was, like, actually, like, perfect to segue into my fucking conversation with you, was, remember when we were kids and we wanted to change the world? And here I am on a 10-minute rant about wearing a mask and how Trump is president. And I'm like, yeah, remember when we were, like, kids and we wanted to change the world, and in kindergarten we were asked what we wanted to be when we grew up? And the short answer was we wanted to change the world. Well, what the fuck happened to that? Like, what happened between that little cute little, like, I want to change the world, to, that was actually pretty cool. That was actually pretty dope. I'd give myself props for that. 2, I just want to get super fucking baked and drink this tequila without getting alcohol poisoning. And then talk about changing the world. What happened? Because, like, I feel like kindergarten, we're all like, yeah, let's change the world. And then in grade 1, they're all like, how do you want to change the world? Some of us wanted to be doctors or nurses and, like, vets and stuff like that. And then, like, come to grade 5, where we learn, like, more in depth of biology and science and shit like that. And then we were all like, Bill Nye, the science guy. And then they were all like, high school, where we were like, fuck you all. Let's just, join the Black Parade. And yeah. Like, I'm just curious. Like, does anybody still even want to change the world today? I mean, like, for the better? Like, why can't it all be, like, sunshine and roses and unicorns? Technically, unicorns exist. We call them rhinos. But they exist. No? Yes. No, but, like, seriously, though. We spent, like, so much of our childhood imagining things of, like, before we learned all this scary shit about the fucking world. Like, wanting to make the world better. Make everybody, like, as a child, we were friends with everybody. Like, everybody was your friend. Your mom sent you outside for, Saturday afternoon. Your mom sent you outside. You end up at the park, and you just, like, play with the neighborhood kids, and that was it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you and your siblings go to the park, and there's some kids there already, and they're like, do you want to join? And you're like, yeah, it's cool. And you're all playing tackle football in the mud. What happened to those days? Like, do you ever, like, miss them? Because I fucking do. I still want to change the day. Yes, the day. I still want to change the world. I feel like it always I don't know where I heard this, or if I'm making it up. One person can't change the world, but it always starts off with one person. So technically, doesn't one person change the world? Because, like, for, like, trends or something, trends, or something new, I guess that would be a trend. It always starts off with, like, one person, like a new band. It takes one person to be like, hey, have you ever heard of My Chemical Romance? And you're like, no, bro, what is that? And then you're like, and that person's just like a 1 week later, and they're like, yay, let's just join the Black Parade, bitches. And just gotta watch out for those teenagers. Yeah. But point is that everybody wants to change the world and wants things to be all rainbows and sunshine, but nobody's actually, like, doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's like, oh, I want, for example, I'm vegan and I like to live as sustainable as I can, especially during COVID. You hear all the time where it's like, oh yeah, I love animals. I'm not, like, beating down on people who eat meat or, like, so no hate. So I'm just using it as an example. So no hate. But you hear people going, oh yeah, I love animals. Animals are amazing. As they are eating a hamburger. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Okay. Then people will be like, oh yeah, I'm eco-friendly because I recycle. Did you know that not 100% of your recycling when it gets to the plant is actually recycled? It just, like, gets tossed in, like, the trash at the end. I think, like, only, like, a fraction of that is actually recycled. And then you're gonna be like, so what's the fuck of the point of recycling? Well, the point of recycling, reduce. It's if you remember the other two R's, it's reduce, reuse, and then recycle. Yeah. But like most those same people aren't going to be conscientious of what they're buying. They're going to buy foods that come in packaging. I know that not like this is like a first world problem, but people always say, oh yeah, I want, or I am, or I'm doing something, but then it's like, well, your life choices are saying no. If you are sustainable, I don't know. It just seems like we had high expectations as a child, and then growing up along the way, it all kind of like got shot down. And I kind of blame high school for that, to be honest. Because, like, in preschool, if you went to preschool, kindergarten, and elementary school, grade school, we're all like, yeah, the teachers and parents are like, yeah, education's the way. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. And then high school comes, and you are now being forced to become an adult. You're like that awkward stage of you're not an adult, but you're also not a child. You know what I mean? Like, you're now more responsible for your shit. Like, get your shit together, Todd. But at the same time, adults are like, okay, well, this is the time where you need to start taking a major. You need to think about what you want to do with your life. And you're like, oh, well, I want to still change the world. And they're like, no, Susie, you have to be more realistic. That's not like a realistic ideal. Why don't you become a nurse? And you're like, I don't want to be a nurse. And come grade 12, where everybody's like, oh, it seems like everybody has picked something, a major, and going to colleges and whatnot, and getting their shit together. Let me tell you a secret. Nobody has their fucking shit together. I'll tell you why. Because we're all lied to as children. No, seriously. It's like, yeah, cool, you could change the world. No, I'm just kidding, you can't. But the thing is, you can. You can literally change anything you want. If you want to change the world, then you can change the world. That would be actually fantastic, and that would be beautiful. It actually takes one person to start a trend. Now, if that one person starting a trend was starting to change the world, that would actually be pretty dope, to be honest. No, like, legit. It'd be like the 21st century version of when, like, it would be so cool if everybody could have, like, their own personal garden. So it's like, what is it, like the early 1900s? I don't know, 1800s, where everybody had, like, gardens in their backyards. And then you just, like, yell from a couple backyards down. And you're like, hey, I'll trade you some cucumbers for some tomatoes. And then Billy Joe down the street be like, yeah. And then, like, Neptune next door be like, I need some eggs. Does anybody have some chickens? No? Okay. But that'd be, like, pretty fucking dope, though. And then, like, you have, like, the local artist painting. And then, like, trade you a painting for some carrots. You can't eat a painting, but you can eat carrots, though. Like, that'd be like trading shit is like the new money. Like, fuck money. Like, yeah, seriously. That would actually be pretty cool. And then, like, that would be one way of changing the world. If we all could just, like, help each other out and grow our own gardens and stuff. And then, like, trade around the neighborhood. And the neighborhood children can feel safe going to play in the playground with each other. And hitchhiking to California and back. Do people even come back from California? Okay, off topic. But anyways, no, like seriously. Okay. Last question. Or not really last question, but yeah, it is a question. Okay. So, since the polar caps are melting and they melt polar bears, if there's no polar caps, are there even polar bears? Would they even be considered polar bears? No. Um, Interesting. But I hope you enjoy today's mumbling along podcast. If you did, thank you for tuning in every week. I very much appreciate it. If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to subscribe if you are new. And like and share so everybody else can share the same experience as you did. If not, it's whatever, right? And feel free, if you're listening to this on YouTube, to comment down below. Or don't, whatever, right? But until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye!